Good morning, HEC family and friends. We are 3 minutes away from 10 o'clock. If you could please find your seats, make sure the aisles are clear, and please make sure that you silence your cell phones. Thank you so much.
Start. Ready? Processional. Fanfare, processional. Percussions first. 1, 2, ready, and. Watch.
Good morning. I am Christina Kabursky, President of Highland Community College, and I am very honored and excited to welcome all of you to Highland Community College's 63rd Annual Commencement Ceremony. Would you please stand? As a courtesy to the graduates and their families, I would ask that everyone please turn off or silence electronic devices. Would all men please remove your hats or motorboards as members of Freeport High School's NJROTC program present the colors while the Highland Winds, under the direction of Scott Stitch, play our national anthem. You may be seated. Before we begin with the program, I would like to recognize all members of the military for their service, active, reserves, or retired. Would you please stand so that we may recognize you? Thank you for your service. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the Highland Board of Trustees who are with us today to celebrate this special occasion for our graduates. Sean Bolt, Vice Chair, Jim Endress, James Ryan Jr., Mary Kaufman, and Student Trustee Kaya Van Mater. Board Chair Doug Block is out of state attending the college graduation ceremonies for 2 of his grandchildren, so he is unable to be here today and sends his regrets. Also unable to be here is Trustee Penny Grosinger. Our former student trustee, Rachel Salzar, who ended her 1-year term last month, is a member of the graduating class. Rachel, will you please stand and be recognized? Today's celebration represents a very important milestone in the lives of over 280 people graduating with a degree or certificate from Highland. Although not all have chosen to participate in today's ceremony, they all proudly join nearly 19,000 individuals who have earned degrees or certificates from Highland. Although there is much to be thankful for and proud of at Highland, today we honor our students and all who have supported their academic pursuits. First, the faculty of Highland. Faculty, please stand and be recognized. At this time, I would also like to recognize early childhood education instructor Melissa Johnson, biology instructor Alan Nowicki, and English instructor Danny Tufarello, who are retiring after a combined 76 years at Highland. Melissa and Alan and Danny, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your many years of service to Highland and Highland students. I would also like to take a moment to recognize Scott Stitch, who will be retiring this year. Scott has been the big band instructor since 1999, and today he is conducting the music for his 22nd commencement. Scott, would you please stand and be recognized? Second, I would like to ask that the administrative, professional, and support staff of Highland please stand and be recognized. I know that these graduates have truly appreciated the excellent instruction and service of all Highland faculty and staff. Third, and of key importance to the graduates, are the parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, and all family and friends who believed in each of you and gave ongoing support. Would all who have encouraged any of these graduates please stand so that we may recognize and appreciate your support? That's probably everybody, right? And graduates, would you take a moment and stand and give a wave of thanks to your family and friends? It is now my pleasure to introduce this year's recipient of the Citizenship Award. Each year, Highland Community College recognizes an associate degree graduate for their success in the area of citizenship. The award recipient is selected based on achievement in scholarship, leadership, service to Highland Community College, and service to the community. At this time, would Katiana Rodriguez please come forward? Congratulations, Katiana. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. At Highland, we recognize that we are here first and foremost for our students. We are a student-centered institution, firmly dedicated to lifelong learning. As such, commencement ceremonies would not be complete without hearing from a member of our student body. We have with us today an individual who is an excellent choice to represent our student body. Daryl Trey Tony III is a Chicago, Illinois native and graduate of Niles West High School. At Highland Community College, he is an honors program graduate, a Phi Theta Kappa Honors Society member, and a high honors student who completed 3 honors projects and 27 credit hours in a single semester. Thinking about the fact that 15 is a full load. Beyond the classroom, Trey has been a student athlete on the Highland Community College basketball team, a college council member, and a student senate member. This summer, he will begin studying economics at Northwestern University. At this time, I would invite Trey to the podium and ask that the members of his family who are here today please rise and be recognized. Trey, go that way. Our stage is a maze today.
First of all, I want to say thank you to President Kaburski for introducing me. It's absolutely a pleasure to speak with you all today. President Kaburski, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, administrators, fellow graduates, family members, community members, and loved ones. What would you do if the one thing that defined you was suddenly taken away? The 13th century Persian poet and philosopher Rumi once said, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" Our wings are everything we have not yet discovered about ourselves. And what often stands between us and those wings is a label. Labels don't always come from within. They may come from a coach, a teacher, a friend years ago, or someone whose opinion you never even asked for. But those labels stick, and often they stop being something that was placed on you and start becoming something that you carry willingly. When you strip them away, you get to look at yourself honestly. You discover something remarkable. You have multitudes, levels, layers. You are more than any one word that has ever been used to describe you. So today, as we celebrate our graduation from Highland, we explore what it means to be a person of multitudes, because every single person here in this area today is more than the one word that has followed them through life. Your label is a one-way street. Scholar Avenue, Provider Avenue, Athlete Avenue, whatever yours may be. When that label feels comfortable and familiar, life feels smooth. You stop looking at the other roads around you. You stop questioning whether there's somewhere else you could be going. You stop steering. That is cruise control. And cruise control feels good. It feels safe. It feels like you have figured out exactly who you are. Until you hit a pothole. A pothole is a moment something drastic and unexpected strips your label away and forces the hardest question you will ever ask yourself. If I'm not this anymore, then who am I? My one-way street was Ball Street. I've been the best basketball player in my area for as long as I could remember. Every conversation started with basketball. Every introduction ended with it. I dreamed of the NBA, millions of dollars, and a career built entirely around the one thing that I believed with everything in me that I was born to do. Basketball was not just what I did. It was the only version of myself I'd ever been introduced to. It was who I was. And then I hit my pothole. My second ACL injury in just 2 years. In one moment, I went from blazing down the court to being wheeled through a hospital. I could not walk. I could not play. They knew they had to find me from the time I could dribble a ball was suddenly and completely gone. And the questions consume me every single day. What am I without this? Am I ever going to play again? Who am I now? But here's what nobody tells you about a pothole. Once you get out of it, you realize the road of life is not a one-way street. It is an expressway. And as a person of layers, you can switch lanes as you please. I still play basketball, but I'm also a scholar, a student representative, and thankfully, today, a Highland graduate. But this is not just about me. When I look at this graduating class, I do not see just students. I see multitudes, people that one word, one label, could never fully explain. At Highland, I saw people raising families and still showing up to class, sitting in a lecture hall, running on 3 hours of sleep because the baby was up all night and the rent was due, and they still showed up. I saw people working 10-hour shifts after morning lectures and never once using it as an excuse to fall behind. I saw people getting education while building their own life, facing all the challenges that came with it without ever stopping to ask for a round of applause. Highland was never just full of students. It was full of people who were already more than one thing before Highland ever got to them. Highland simply gave us the space to see it clearly. So I want to ask you directly, what is your label? And as you graduate from Highland today, how you explore your multitudes beyond it. Because in life, you are going to hit potholes. That is not a possibility. That is a guarantee. And that is not failure. That is simply the road. But when you hit one, you have a choice. Stay in the pothole and let it define the rest of your story, or keep driving and bring every version of yourself with you. A student, a leader, a thinker, and today, all of you are Highland graduates. You are not a label. You are a person. And a person contains far more than any one word could ever explain. And that brings me back to where we started. What would you do if the one thing that defined you was suddenly taken away? Here's the truth. There is never just one thing. There is never just one label, one word that could contain everything you are as you sit in your seat today. So, I'll leave you with this. We were all born with wings, but Highland Community College has served as a reminder of how we were born to use them. And to President Kabursky, on behalf of the Highland student body, we want to thank you for your 11 years of distinguished service, steadfast leadership, and unwavering dedication to this community and to this college. Highland Community College is a better place because of you. Thank you to all of the staff, faculty, and loved ones that got us to this moment. We simply wouldn't be here without you, without your immense, tireless effort and dedication to these students. Nobody would be sitting in their chair today. So I want to give a loud thank you, loud. And finally, congratulations to the class of 2026. We made it. And after everything it took to get here, I'm not just hopeful, I'm certain we are going to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks, Trey. Let's give him another round of applause as he returns to his seat. It's a good thing I stand between the two of you, because if you had to follow him, the bar would be very high for you. Yeah. Getting her set up here. I'm Jim Phillips. I'm the Vice President of Academic Services and the Chief Academic Officer of Highland Community College. I'm also a proud alum who 30 years ago this month graduated with my Associate of Arts degree. It's also my pleasure today to introduce you to our commencement speaker, President Christina Kabursky. Chris Kabursky was named Highland Community College's 9th president in July of 2020, and prior to that, she served as the executive vice president at Highland for 5 years. As a result of the college's culture work and Chris's leadership, the college has been recognized 3 years in a row with the Best of the Region Community's Choice Award for employers with 101 to 500 employees. The college was also recognized by the financial company Smart Asset, who compared 616 two-year schools that offer associate's degrees and have at least 500 full-time enrollees. Colleges were ranked based on their retention rate, cost of tuition and fees, and student-to-faculty ratio. Utilizing these metrics, Highland ranked 59th nationally, but number 1 for best community college in the state of Illinois. Chris has also led the Reimagine efforts on campus, which have resulted in new campus exterior signage, new welding and CNC machining labs, a nursing simulation hospital, a mobile medical unit, renovations to the fine arts, as well as upgrades of student spaces, including a new welcome center and a testing center. New software to support students has also been purchased, including DegreeWorks, a degree checking software system, and CourseLeaf catalog management system. Many of these upgrades and renovations, including the purchase of a new Estonia concert grand piano, would not be possible without the support of donors through the Highland Community College Foundation. Chris serves as a peer reviewer for the Higher Learning Commission and is a member of the Alliance for Innovation and Transformation, AFIT. She is well connected within the Highland District and serves on the boards of the Greater Freeport Partnership, the Northwest Illinois Economic Development, NOELED, and Region 1 Planning Council. And in 2021, Chris was honored to receive the YWCA Women of Achievement Business Award, and in 2025, she received the Stevenson County Community Champion Award. Most recently, the Northwest Quarterly included her in their annual feature of the 25 most interesting people. Chris and her husband, Highland's first dude, Paul, have twin sons, Josh and Zach, a daughter, Mara, who's also a graduate of Highland, and all of them are graduates of Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. Josh and his wife, Desi, have gifted Chris and Paul with two grandsons, Logan, who is 4, and Connor, who is 2. Chris's husband and family continue to operate their farm in Southern Illinois, where they raise corn, soybeans, wheat, and hay for the infamous Kaburski Clydesdales. Would Chris's family please stand and be recognized? They're back in the shade over there. As you already know, President Kaburski will be retiring at the end of June after 42 years in higher education. Since this will be her last official graduation ceremony, we believed it was appropriate for her to speak to the class of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please help me welcome President Christina Kaburski.
Highland Board of Trustees, members of Highland faculty and staff, parents, supporters, and most importantly, graduates, thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to share my thoughts with you today. While I have attended countless graduations over my 40-plus years in higher education, today's event is memorable and maybe a little warm. It has occurred to me that whether as a student, a faculty member, or an administrator, I have been going to school since I was 5. Like the students who are also dressed in gowns today, I will finally graduate. Graduates, we have more in common than the robes and motorboards we are wearing. While at Highland, we have benefited from the wisdom and knowledge of faculty, been encouraged by conversations with staff, and learned valuable life lessons from our peers. Although our purpose and perspective has been different, our time at Highland has influenced who we are and helped shape us for the future. Today, we are celebrating our accomplishments and embracing the unknown possibilities that await us. The most notable difference is that you, graduates, are launching into the next phase of learning and dreaming of a promising career, while I am putting a finishing bow on my career and dreaming of an endless summer vacation called retirement. While my official title will soon change, my passion for teaching, learning, and leading will remain because it's an integral part of who I am. Grateful for this opportunity to share and offer a parting thought, I would like to share a valuable life lesson with you, the Highland class of 2026. The lesson is centered around one of my favorite poems that I taught years ago as an English faculty member. The poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, is one many of you will recognize. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler, long I stood, and I looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Well, I will not put on my instructor hat and analyze this poem line by line with you, as I once did when I was teaching. I would like to highlight Frost's theme. The choices we make, the paths we take, do make a difference. This is especially true when we are faced with difficulties and circumstances that interfere with us achieving our goals. Today, I would like to share with you a few examples of individuals you may recognize who faced personal challenges and setbacks, yet overcame obstacles to achieve their goal. These individuals chose the less traveled path of perseverance, determination, and courage to reach their success. The first individual was an athlete who was cut and did not make his high school varsity basketball team his sophomore year. He was devastated. He went home, shut himself in his room, and cried. This was his moment of choice. He could give up his dream of playing high school varsity basketball, or he could dedicate his time to improving. This rejection became his motivation. His coach recognized his desire and picked him up every morning at 6 a.m. to practice basketball and run him through drills. His determination, commitment, and the fact that he grew another 6 inches by his senior year was what contributed to this young man becoming one of the most sought-after high school basketball players in the United States. He did not let this initial rejection define him. Instead, he devoted his time and attention to becoming a better player. He was later named College Player of the Year and featured on the covers of Sports Illustrated 51 times during his 2-decade NBA career. Prior to his retirement, he was awarded 6 MVP awards. He has also done product endorsements for McDonald's, Chevrolet, and Nike. While most of you were born after his retirement, I am sure you recognize the name of this athlete, Michael Jordan. When reflecting on his career, Jordan says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed. He also notes, if you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them. Everybody has had them. But obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Michael Jordan could have easily given up on his dream to play basketball. The odds were definitely against him, and he faced a life-altering choice. He could practice more and sharpen his skills, or he could let rejection alter his path permanently. He chose to practice and perfect, and that made all the difference. Another individual that faced similar obstacles was a young female writer who was a single mother living on public assistance. She dreamed of writing a novel about an adolescent boy who attends a school for wizards. In the 7-year period following the conception of her idea, she experienced the death of her mother, the birth of her daughter, a divorce from her abusive husband, and relative poverty. At her lowest point, she was an unemployed, single mother, who contemplated suicide. She later commented, "I was the biggest failure I knew, and as poor as one can be in England without having to be homeless." Despite these difficulties, the adolescent boy with a wizard's wand kept reappearing in her thoughts. She devoted hours to developing her story. Her manuscript was rejected by a dozen publishers who said it was too strange, too long, too risky. However, she was not easily deterred. Each rejection ignited her determination and creativity. Instead of giving up, she kept revising the manuscript until it was finally endorsed by London publishing house Bloomsbury. The first book in the 7-volume Harry Potter series, written by J.K. Rowling, was published in 1997. Less than 10 years after the first book was published, Forbes named Rowling the world's highest paid author. Reflecting on her journey, she says, "Some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. Failure taught me things that I could not have learned any other way." She has also shared that everything that fails brings you closer to what works. Out of curiosity, how many of you have read a Harry Potter book or seen a Harry Potter film? You have had that experience because J.K. Rowling turned failure into motivation. She chose to persist, to tweak and revise, and that made all the difference. The final individual who persevered despite rejection and self-doubt was invested in the community college system. This individual began as a part-time instructor and worked at Walmart nights and weekends for nearly 3 years to pay bills. It was very humbling since they often encountered their students in the checkout lane. Their patience paid off, and they eventually became a full-time faculty member. After spending 9 years in the classroom, they were asked to become a community college administrator, and they readily accepted the opportunity and challenge. They worked at this same community college for over 20 years, investing their time and talent in projects and improvements that would positively impact students. After serving as vice president for 4 years, they applied to be the president of this institution. Although they were interviewed, they were not the selected candidate. In fact, the individual who became the president had once been their student. He was younger and significantly less experienced, yet he was now the boss. This individual was dejected and discouraged. They had poured their life's work into this organization and now had to face their colleagues as the one who was not selected. They had to show up to work every day and pretend that everything was okay, even though they were devastated by this decision. Again, there was a choice to be made. One option was early retirement and ending what had been a rewarding career on a sour note. The other option was to seek an opportunity elsewhere. This was not as easy as it might seem, since this individual's family owned and operated a local family business that was place-bound. However, with the support of family, a job search began and an opportunity developed. This opportunity ultimately led to the individual becoming a community college president. I stand before you today as that community college president. Like Michael Jordan and J.K. Rowling, I did not let rejection define me. I should also note that I did not end up a billionaire either. While the path I chose took me out of my comfort zone and 6 hours away from our family farm, it allowed me to reimagine my life and my career. It led me to Highland, where I discovered committed colleagues, amazing students, and new lifelong friends, along with unforeseen opportunities. It brought me to today, the icing on my career cupcake. As you leave the goose-covered paths of Highland, you too will likely encounter disappointments, detours, and unexpected obstacles. You will try and fail. You may sense that the path has disappeared or it is overladen with goose droppings. Yet, you must keep moving forward. You must lean into your support network of family, loved ones, and friends who have your best interest at heart. I hope in those times of uncertainty and self-doubt that you will remember these stories of individuals like yourself who were not deterred but determined. They chose to turn rejection into resolution, dismissal into drive. They heeded the words of Ralph Marston, creator of the Daily Motivator, who said, "There are plenty of difficult obstacles in your path. Don't let yourself become one of them." Reflect for a moment on the obstacles you have overcome to get to today. Whether the struggles were financial, passing a difficult class, balancing work and school, an unexpected illness, or daunting family responsibilities, each of you have persevered to reach this momentous occasion. According to an article published in the Community College Review, national data show that only 26 to 45% of first-time, full-time students complete an associate degree. The percentage is significantly less for part-time students. The fact that you are here today demonstrates that you have already gone against the odds to achieve a remarkable success. You may not aspire to be a great basketball player, a writer, or a college president. You may dream of being a welder, a nurse, a musician, a farmer, a counselor, a teacher, or a YouTube influencer. Whatever the dream, the choice of path is yours. Remember the obstacles you have already overcome, for they have made you a stronger, more resilient individual. Think about it. You have accomplished what roughly 70% of others who started down the same path did not. Today, you have reached a destination, a diploma. As you turn your tassel today and take the first step beyond this moment, remember this: persistence is a choice you will make again and again. You will face walls. You will fall. And I am confident that you will rise because you have already proven that you can. The road ahead will offer you many paths, some crowded, some quiet, some uncertain. Choose the one that calls to you. Choose the one that stretches you. Choose the one that prompts persistence. Graduates, when two roads diverge in front of you, may you choose boldly, persist fiercely, and look back one day knowing the road you chose truly made all the difference. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words, President Kuberski, and let's give her one more round of applause. At this time, I will now recognize honors students and candidates for certificates and degrees. As part of commencement, it is appropriate to honor and congratulate the entire graduating class of 2026 for their academic achievement. They are completers of degrees and certificate programs that they chose to meet their individual educational goals. Students earning academic honors are listed in your program. Many of our graduates have membership in the National Honor Society for Community Colleges, Phi Theta Kappa. Today, they are wearing gold stoles with their gowns. Phi Theta Kappa graduates, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Two of our Phi Theta Kappa graduates, Miss Morgan Cox and Miss Rachel Salazar, were named to the Phi Theta Kappa All-Illinois Academic Team and received gold medals at an awards banquet in Springfield last month. Morgan also received the 2026 Coca-Cola Academic Team Scholar Award, which is a highly competitive national award and is a great example of the quality of education Highland provides the amazing students we serve. Ms. Cox and Ms. Salazar, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Highland's Honors Program seeks to provide eligible students with an enhanced academic experience. To be eligible for the Honors Program, a student must be pursuing a degree or certificate and meet one of the following admissions criteria: an ACT composite score of 25 or greater, or an SAT score of 1200 or greater, or have graduated in the top 10% of their high school graduating class, or have completed 12 or more credit hours of formally articulated college-level coursework with a 3.5 to a 4.0 grade point average. To earn honors credit, students complete academic-based projects in selected courses. These projects are designed to enhance the students' written and oral communication skills, research skills, and critical thinking skills. Those students who complete 12 credit hours or more of honors courses and maintain a 3.5 to 4.0 grade point average receive the Honors Program designation on their transcript and are wearing blue and orange honor cords. Today, we recognize the students who have completed the Honors Program requirements. Honors Program students, would you please stand? Graduates who earned an associate's degree and attained a grade of B+ are wearing white cords today. Would these cum laude students please stand and be recognized? The magna cum laude list designates an average of A achievement. These students are wearing silver cords. Would those students please stand? And finally, students who received a grade of A in all courses taken are listed as summa cum laude. They are wearing gold cords today. Would those students please stand? All of these students were recognized individually at our honors convocation Thursday evening. Now, listed in your program are all of the members of the 2026 graduating class, arranged by the type of degree and certificate earned. Highland Community College offers the choice of 5 associate degrees and numerous certificates. At this time, we formally recognize the 2026 graduating class as candidates for the degrees and certificates to be conferred. Will the members of the graduating class of 2026 please stand? Mr. Bolt, the Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty of Highland Community College, it is with great pride and pleasure that I present to you the graduating class of 2026. Each of these candidates' record has been carefully reviewed and certified by the Director of Enrollment and Records, Mr. Jeremy Brott, as meeting the requirements for the degree or certificate to be awarded. Mr. Bolt will now confer the appropriate degrees and certificates.
Graduates, as a former community college graduate myself, I stood where you're standing, seems like just a year or two ago, on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning, and because of that, nothing can make me prouder than be able to make these statements. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Illinois and the Board of Illinois Community College, District 519, I confer upon you a 1-year certificate or the appropriate associate degree that you are qualified to receive. Associate of Science, Associate of Engineering Science, Associate of Arts, Associate of General Studies, or Associate of Applied Science.
Mr. Bolt, Vice Chair of the Board, having conferred the certificates and degrees, will now award the diplomas. Ms. Liz Gerber, Vice President of Student Development and Support Services, will read the names of the candidates. Will the first row of graduates please rise and approach the front of the stage as your name is called.
Associate of Science, Braden Anderson. Jason Bowers. Noah Brashaw. Anna Chagas. Morgan Cox. Layla Cuthrell. Emily Dahlman. Blair Davis. Emma Dare. Jared Dvorak. Taylor Griffin. August Haldeman. Eleanor K. Hanviripon. Key Henze. Roberto Hernandez. Emma Harrell. Roman Johnson. Evelyn Carnatz. Brandon Kerchief. Nolan Knox. Caleb LaRue. Keely Larson. Isaac Montai. Hannah Martin. Taryn Matthews. Finley Meyer. Ava Miller. Owen Miller. Kat Mullen. Pilar Ortega. Reed Pearson. Oxton Pass. Brady Reed. Sierra Rogers. Annabelle Rowan. Logan Sarver. Bodie Schultz. Mallory Shepard. Mila Shepard. Madison Sims. Alika Simpson. Ty Spahn. Perry Stoner. Trenton Swedlin. Jace Urish. Haley Weipert. Graciana Whittam. Catherine Wickman. Ayana Williams. Associate of Engineering Science, Kyle Coe. Caden Motzko. Andrew Wells. Lauren Whitty. Associate of Arts, Cyrus Baker. Xavier Blakeney. Jessica Bakey. Ava Bremer. Kennedy Bryant. Sophie Buzzell. Megan Carlisle. Kylea Clark. Marshawn Coleman. Emerson Kuhn. Matthew Cowan. Eddie Cruz Olivo. Joshua Daggert. Skylar Davis. Allison Damon Mosky. Louis Duffy. Ethan Ilders. Janessa Esser. Enan Ferris. Saleya Inaya Imaja Fleming. Patrick Fowler. Kylie Jentz. Morgan Gerber. Noah Gakey. Brianna Gonnerman. Junior Valdez. Anthony Washington. Associate of Applied Science in Accounting, Ozioma Inogwi. Jennifer Gonzalez. Jasmine Gothard. Nevaeh Gross. Hannah Harvey. Sierra Hadalack. Lainey Holland. Mauricio Jarameo. Hannah Jones. Jan Johnson. Casey Cleaver. Elena Knoll. Alex Laura. Cadence Lynch. Cameron McDonald. Moira Matthews. Eli May. Aaron Melvin. Violet Micheletto. Kyle Montoya. Helen Moore. Ronnie Moore. Tegan Mooter. Zachary Newcomer. Cameron Plowman. Kimberly Price. Aspen Roberts. Taylor Rocky. Lucia Rodriguez. Associate of Applied Science and Agribusiness Management, Anthony Fiorenza. Ashley Rupnow. Rachel Salazar. Sage Simmons. Ward Stacy Williams. Jean Tim. Daryl Tony III. Sadie Vanderheiden. Jersey Zink. Associate of General Studies, Adriana Anderson. Aaron Becker. And Fernie Guzman. Sebastian Pontich. Joel Peguero. Francisco Rabinau. Felixander Severino. Madeline Kuhlmeyer. Lakota Skase. Associate of Applied Science in Business Administration Management, Christina Barron. Peyton Calderon. Entrepreneurship Small Business Certificate, Danea Matera. Adeline Stair. Kawan Taylor. Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice, Amanda Keep. Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Development, Brenna Woodworth. Associate of Applied Science and Early Childhood Education, Sarah Kempel. Brittany Lynch. Amanda Reuter. Samantha Scheider. Bobby Weber. Sharquasia Wright. Parma Walker. Associate of Applied Science and Equine Science, Kaylee Tello. Associate of Applied Science and Industrial Manufacturing, Cody Cole. Associate of Applied Science and Nursing, Kendall Acey. Crystal Cobb. Paige Galantine. Citlali Gonzalez Castro. Bryn Greenfield. Brittany Groshans. Andel Hendrick. Desiree Jackson. Rain James. Kelsey Cruz. Colin Kuhn. Emma May. Katiana Sadith Rodriguez Whalen. Abby Skiles. Colleen Stone. Kyle Truman. Hey, Liana Troya. Kylie Weltson. Nicole Wilson. Accounting Certificate, Cohen Gakey. Automotive Service Level 1 Certificate, Ashton Weber. Automotive Service Level 2 Certificate, Thad Manning. CAD Mechanical Certificate, Logan Acosta Carsey. Accounts Clerk Certificate, Bethany Howe. Cosmetology Certificate, Rebecca Dreyer. Pamela Fain. Kylan Gillette. Ashley Hazelbauer. Charmaine Cook. Cadence Miller. Nail Technician Certificate, Maddie Paisley. Horticulture Certificate, Ivy Dale. Information Technology Medical Coding Certificate, Danielle Williams. Information Processing Specialist 1 Certificate, Tessa G. Whitcomb. Medical Assistant Certificate, Caitlin Busker. Ashley Olson. DeShayla Wilson. Riley Wolter. Welding Fabrication Certificate, Logan Roberts. Terrence Green.
Graduates, please rise. So we are going to go off script for just a second, because as part of my farewell tour, I've been taking selfies to commemorate my last college events, and I don't want to miss the chance to do this one. So if you would indulge me, I'm going to turn around and we're going to do a selfie, okay? Thank you. Please stay standing. This is my favorite part of the celebration. To signify the attainment of your certificate or degree, you may now transfer the tassel on your cap from the right to the left. Woo! Colleagues, family, and friends, it is with great pride that I present to you Highland Community College's class of 2026.
We all start together. We all start together.
Congratulations, graduates. I would also like to mention that 30 minutes following the ceremony, we will be back in this space for the nursing pinning. Today, we celebrate the graduates' commitment and perseverance to achieve your goals. This will contribute to your emerging leadership skills as you move on to the next stage of your life. We hope you recommend Highland Community College to your friends and share your Highland experience with others. We are glad you included Highland on your educational journey, and we look forward to seeing you thrive in the future. Thanks to you all for sharing this momentous occasion with our graduates. Graduates, please wait for the marshals to lead you out. Marshals, please assemble to lead the graduates. Would everyone in the audience please stand and remain standing for the recessional? And please allow all graduates to exit before leaving your seats. Thank you.